I love Discworld and I want to tell you about why it changed the way I look at fantasy world building. In order to celebrate me completing my map, look how beautiful that is. The main thing it taught me is to stop worrying about realism in my stories, or at least the realism of my world building. In case you don't know, the Discworld is a flat world carried on the backs of 4 elephants which themselves stand on the back of Great Achuin the turtle. Water falls off the side of the disc, and I think we can all agree this is nonsense. This is a nonsense universe that does not make sense. There are rules and there are general principles and things like that, but nothing is really figured out that much. In Uberwald, there are fat mines, which are then sent to Ankh-Morpork to be turned into candles. The astronomers of Krull are working on the most important astrophysics in the universe, the gender of Great Achuin the turtle. It's a silly world, right? What it really does is tell us what to expect from this world, that there's gonna be jokes, it's going to be silly, and that our usual rules don't apply. But more than anything, it's just a frame. Nobody knows what every rock is, not every mountain is named, not every river is known. It isn't a simulated world where someone has meticulously gone through and said, okay, if the silver from Klatch is going towards Omnia, then what are we gonna be doing? None of that. It doesn't need to be realistic for the story to be good. What makes a story isn't the world, it's the characters and their relationships, and when you read a Discworld book, that shines through. And now your world doesn't need to be as silly as Discworld. I think Westeros is really amazing world building. And since it's a grittier story, we wanted more down-to-earth world that feels more realistic and more dangerous. Because let's face it, very few are at risk in the Discworld. But it's still not a simulation. And the reason I harp on about this is because of my golden rule of world building. We want to make a facade of realism and not realism. The real world is beautiful and complicated and old and difficult to recreate. If I'm telling a story about the policeman of Ankh-Morpork, I probably don't need a detailed street map of literally every other city. And that's how you make a world that actually helps your story. That's what Discworld does, that's what Westeros does, that's what Middle-earth does. You can go into detail, and I love you for it. I'm just saying, don't stress about it. Does any of that make sense? Doesn't matter. Anyway, I hope you liked the map. Look at him. I hope you have a lovely day. Okay, thank you. Bye.